Sweet. Mr. Killian, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
One shot, two shot, three shot, four. She ain't got a limit cause she has some more. 5 shot, 6 shot, 7 shot, 8. She gon' potty till she on her face. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4. She ain't got a limit cause she has some more. 5 shot, 6 shot, 7 shot, 8. She gon' potty till she on her face.
Thank you for the follow, Mr. Killian. I appreciate that. Thank you here for to support the captain. Yes. I'm excited. Can't play that one. Sorry, my music just went haywire. Told you everything. It can't be perfect. All right. Muted. I'm ready. Okay, I didn't mute myself this time. Anyways, welcome to the Doghouse Live. We are on episode, oh my gosh, I think we're like episode 17. We are on episode 15. Episode 15. Welcome everybody. I thank you for being here. A little introduction before we get started. My name is Rebel Dog. This here is the Doghouse Live. Basically what we started this channel for was to bring everybody together. Just kind of bring creators together to interact with other creators along the lines through video, and if they come into chat and everything else, kind of blend communities together. But I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate it. Tonight we have got a very, very special guest. I was really excited when he told me he just sat there and said yes, and I was really excited. TheRavenArmed, Captain Jack himself, is here tonight. And I appreciate him being here. This is going to be a really good show. Anyways, what we're going to do tonight, we get to find out about him. So what's going to happen is he's going to kind of give a little talk and everything else, where I'm going to ask him some questions, and he's going to talk about himself. And then if you guys have any questions or anything like that towards the end, you guys are more than welcome to ask questions. Just keep them civil. Like don't ask where the rum's at, because I still haven't found out, and I like rum. But anyways, you guys ready to see the captain? You guys want to go talk to the captain? Let's go talk to the captain. I think he's here. I think he's just not getting off the ship. He's getting in his little comfy chair. So here we go. Maybe. There it is. Can't find the right button. Man, all of the follows. Uh-oh. Now we know who's got the rum.
This is not exactly why the way his rum is gone. It's just partially why.
Well, the Raven Arm.
How are you, man?
Pretty good. How are you doing? I appreciate you for coming on and doing this with me. I really appreciate it.
So glad to be here.
So yeah, everybody, I see your community's coming in. Kamikaze's here. Appreciate that. Wow, there's a lot of people turning up. I appreciate everybody being here. Anyways, tonight we're gonna talk to the captain himself. We're gonna. I think he knows where the rum's at, though. I really do.
It's between me and the monkey, and you now, I guess.
I won't tell nobody, because like I said, I like me rum, so I ain't gonna tell anybody. I don't share well.
Neither does the monkey.
Neither does the monkey. Oh, so I've got to fight the monkey now? Oh my god.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
he's very stingy.
Oh lord. Oh god. All right, I'll have to get my my monkey kung fu in check.
Hear that? Monkey hot keto don't do much now.
Anyways, how are you doing today? How you doing?
Good, my friend. Good. You know, just another day of sailing the seas. You know, trying to avoid any types of takeover by mutant fish faces, or
does that happen on a daily basis or something?
Sometimes. You'd be surprised who you meet. Like giant squids are number one on the list. Lots of them. Lots of squids out here in the ocean. Who knew? It's not just fish.
Do you run into krakens a lot?
We do, more often than not. We try to sail the other way, but you know they're very fast. They're big.
So between a kraken and a squid, which one do you think you guys could take?
Oh, depends on how much rum there is. Enough rum, we can take on anyone.
Yeah, you become invincible. There you.
That's it.
Anyways, there's one question that I ask everybody when they come on. It's like the name RavenArmed. I'm assuming you're a big Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates fan, and but where RavenArmed? How did that come about?
Odd as it may seem, this was my Xbox gamer tag,
Nice.
like from 10 years ago. I got it when I got a tattoo on my arm of a raven. So it was for my love of Edgar Allan Poe and his writing.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I got that on there, and I was like, you know what? No gamer tag, like one that nobody has. This one.
Yeah.
And then when I started streaming, I was like, well, this is my Xbox name, so I guess I'll use this. That was before Captain Jack.
That was before Captain Jack?
Yeah, well, before using it on stream.
Oh, okay. Sweet. No, but yeah, I've watched you over the on and off throughout this whole time because it's like I asked you before if you were on Mixer and you said that you went over there for about a week and then Mixer did its little crash out.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
was like
think
buying in at like IBM, like right before the crash.
right before the crash, yeah.
Like, I'll take all the stock out the door.
Yeah, it's because that's what I remember because I thought I remembered seeing you over there, but I started here on Twitch, so I mean I could have saw you here too, but I know the last 9-10 months I've been in and out of your stream quite a bit. I really don't talk a lot because your stream just rolls like crazy, and you are very, oh my gosh, if you guys have, I mean I know most of you guys are from his community and you understand, but if you have never been to his community and never been to his channel, I sat here the other night just kind of lurking in his channel, stuff like that, working on stuff. I was exhausted when he got done. So I could only imagine, what he feels like. It's like when he told me he's like, I have like a dead stop at a certain time. And it's like, I could understand why you have to have.
Yeah. I've actually timed it out. And if I go with no breaks or nothing, 3.5 hours, and I am like, so I'm too tired to say goodbye properly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I cut it at 3, so I have enough energy to be like goodbye to everybody.
Yeah.
Because at 3.5 hours, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pass out right here.
Yeah, that's why it's just like, his energy, like I said, it was just, I couldn't even get no work done because I was just enthralled in just watching, his constant interaction. It didn't matter what happened in stream or whatever. And he was 100% chat focused, and that's, you don't see that very much. And that was really amazing and really, it was just very amazing to see somebody that was so chat focused and still be able to keep the the game or whatever he's doing playing at the same time. But yeah, no, he doesn't miss much. No, I noticed that. I even snuck in a little bit of compliments the other night, and he like caught it right away, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Oh yeah, I feel bad if I miss anybody, and I tell my mods to like call me out if I do. Like, please let me know if you see me missing something. Like, tell me. Like, bad captain, because I'll miss sometimes redemptions or something like that. It'll get we'll have community challenge donations or whatever, and something will get tucked in behind it, and I'll like miss it, and I'm like, oh, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
But I try to catch everything.
You were doing a pretty good job that night. I was in there. Like I said, I came in when you started stream, and I lurked through the whole thing, and I'm like, it's like, yeah, it was just amazing. So, I mean, you have an amazing community. I mean, I talked to a couple of them the other night when I was in there and stuff like that. I mean, they're just by their interaction with you and interaction with everybody else, they're a very amazing community.
Yeah, they're incredible. Like, I couldn't ask for better support. Even when I have my beard fall off and in stream midway through, they're like, all right, hang on, this happens. Like, we know. Like, this is going to happen. So just hang on a second.
Well, no, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, so have you always been a character, a pirate?
No, not on Twitch. So we started off on Twitch last August, and it was just me doing it. And then I was streaming with a buddy of mine. I just kind of gotten done with back surgery, so sitting for very long was difficult. So that was a wild thing to begin with. So I didn't know if I could even sit for 15 minutes, much less 3 hours. But anyways, I got better and better as we got through that month, and that was when Sea of Thieves had an update, and I've been doing the Jack Sparrow cosplay at conventions because it was my favorite thing, and I'd been building that for like 10 years. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what happens if I dress up like Captain Jack on stream. Like, no, there's no rule against that. So I said I'll try it, and it just stuck.
Hey. You make it work. You do Jack Sparrow very, very well.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I caught, because went through some of your TikTok, because I know you asked me, it's like, do you want me to come on as Jack, or if you want me to come on as, I go,
Mhm.
I told him, it's like, you come on who you want to come on, whatever makes you comfortable, so, I think your community knows you both ways. So, but no, I was really, it's when he popped into the studio, and I'm like, oh, he did come in as Jack. Cool.
Yeah, I was like, like you gotta do things, gotta be Jack when I can. So I like it, especially with the advertisement. As good as that looks, like I was like, you know what? Like, we're like, who's this guy?
Oh, I appreciate that. So how long have you been cosplaying?
So about a decade now.
Oh, wow.
I went to my first Dragon Con in 2010, and I was just observing because I was blown away. I was like, what is this place where there's like Daleks and R2D2s like spinning around in the middle of the floor and people are all dressed up? I was just blown away. I was like, this is wild. So I spent the whole next year trying to put together a cosplay, and that cosplay is not this cosplay. Like, this cosplay is totally different. Like, it started off with like Amazon and like little things I could find on eBay.
Oh, okay.
But like all the different pieces like have been coming together, whether or not they've been gifts, things I've found from creators on Etsy. I made my own wig, so that's been a new thing to try to like endeavor. So I'm constantly trying to update and improve and make it look better and better. But then also like putting my own spin on Jack.
Yeah, you do that. I mean, and you make it work.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you do. Like I said, Pom Pom says, "Wait, you're not captain all the time." He's so confused.
All right. I go into work and I'm just like, all right. All right, children. We're on the moves and run. The cafeteria is sold out.
So, are you a school teacher?
Yes, I teach English
Oh, wow.
during the daytime.
So, have you ever went to class like this?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
At my old school, it wouldn't have survived. Like, I would
Oh.
have lost things.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm at a new school this year. So still getting used to the students. It's potential for Halloween, but I kind of want to feel out the other teachers first before I'm the one that shows up like this. And they're like, "Oh, I wore Scooby Doo pajama pants. That was my costume."
yeah. That would be me. It's just like, okay, no. But no, I think it'd
Right.
be pretty cool. If thinking back in when I was in high school, it's like I think if my teachers would, some of them would have came in dressed in something like this. I think I don't know. It's just me though because I love cosplay and stuff like that. So and
Yeah.
so to me it wouldn't. I would probably be at odds. Like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, no, I totally understand. Some of the teachers might.
I mean, they might just be like, "Oh, this guy's a little extra." The guy doesn't really talk to many people, because usually like I can't do any after school functions. I can't do like any like hangabout things because I'm streaming at night. So
Yeah.
like if I want to eat, I've got to go home and get the house in order and eat before I go live. Anything like after time, I'm like, I just can't. My friends, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's totally because because you've like I said, your community, everything else that you've been, just like I said, I'm just amazed in how energetic and how entertaining you keep the whole 3 hours. I mean, it's really I'm sorry. I know I keep saying that, but it's just like it's just very impressive, because I've been through a lot of streams over the last about 2.5 years that I've been on Twitch, and I have never come across one as entertaining as yours. So that's one of the reasons why I asked if you would come on here. Because it's just like just to kind of find out how you come about things and how you got things and how you keep things so energetic.
Yeah.
So
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. We go quick. Even bathrooms are timed. So like there's only about a minute and a half that I'm not on camera going. So
yeah, pretty
but
much.
it's cathartic. It really is. Like as much as chat's like, how do you have the energy? Like the energy, like I'm like, I get it from seeing people talking in chat, so when chat's moving, like I literally like viscerally feel that energy. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Like we're doing the things. It's exciting.
Yeah, you can totally tell that, because like I said, whenever your chat starts rolling and you just sit there, like I said, you go to the game and then you stop what you're doing and you can tell that you're really focused. Like I said, it's amazing, and well deserved on everything that you've accomplished through this so far. So how long have you been partner on Twitch?
So we've been partners since about March.
Oh, so
Marchish. So a few months now, right before the summer months. These little guys are not hanging on. They're just not. I've tried. This is night 2. I mean, streaming's hard. Cosplaying's hard. I got to find something stronger than spirit gum, like under super glue, because I don't want to sleep in that.
True.
But yeah, I was growing my own, and I was like doing the Killian Jones cosplay, the Captain Hook thing that was supposed to come in, but the cosplay outfit hasn't come in yet. So I was like, I'm gonna grow the goatee for that, and like it's delayed, so I shaved it back off. But for a while, I was like, had this thing growing out, so it looked great on stream, and then off stream I had like this, like it looked like I was supposed to play in like Rancid or something. Like I'm supposed to carry a guitar around with me. I go to get like milk, and everybody's like, just hold your purse, all right? You don't know. Look at this guy. If I was dressed full pirate, they'd be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But without that.
Yeah.
Gorilla Glue.
So is things opening back up down there to where like the cosplays and stuff like that can start happening again, or the conventions and stuff like that can happen again?
We had Dragon Con this year.
Did you?
And I think it was pretty successful. So it was good. I mean, they still have like a lot of CDC rules enforced and stuff. But it was still fun. It was still good. I can't wait to be normal. like just walk through, because let me tell you, like walking around with all this on and a mask on, I was like, you have to take breaks. Like you got to go and like cool off somewhere.
Well, not only that, I think with a mask on, it kind of takes away from the character.
It's hard. I had a Jack Sparrow mask though, so it like actually goes all the way down, so it kind of looked like it.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
It was like, this is like the good part of the cosplay, and then from here down, it's like, okay, dollar store.
Well, at least people kind of understand. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's, I went through some of your like your Instagram photos and stuff like that, and I mean, some of the things that you posted on there, and yeah, I mean, the one thing is too that I like is that you really enjoy doing this. I mean, have you had like any theater experience or anything like that?
Not really.
Not really.
I did a drama class in high school where I played firefighter number 2. So nothing too crazy. Just being a teacher, like being in front of people all day, like to me, like, I mean, it's a stage, because like if I want to keep their attention, I've got to be entertaining and active, and I got to fill that whole time. Yeah. So that really kind of helped pave way, and that's also why it's. I think it helped to make it where I could keep up with chat, because, like, if I'm over here teaching a lesson, I got to be able to hear Johnny in the back, like, stop touching Timmy, and then like Susie's trying to run out the door. Like, it's just, it's a bunch of that all at one time.
I didn't think about that, but that makes total sense. Yeah. So so the school, being a teacher is what's prepped you for this. I mean, kind of. So that's pretty cool. Yeah,
it's wild. I had speech classes in college and just petrified, like a 4-minute speech, like terrified to be in front of people, like, and now I'm like, whatever. We'll get up there. We'll do it.
Yeah, I was the same way. And actually, when I first started doing this, I couldn't. I was just like, dead in the water. I didn't talk. I didn't have very many people coming through, but it's just like the ones that did come through, I was like, what? Ooh, oh, what? Oh, because I'm the same way. I didn't like any type of interaction. So, but I've come a long way in the last year. So, thank you, Punish and Pool, Carbon Cable, and Abby. Thank you all for the follow.
Let's go.
And but yeah, no, that, like I said, that explains a lot. With being a teacher, now that you say that, I would have never even thought that until you said something. so because my wife is a teacher and she does the same, you know, she teaches some of the high school kids.
Yeah.
And I would have just never thought that.
Yeah. Put her in front of the camera.
I've tried.
No. This is not it.
Yeah, this isn't her forte, so, but that's cool. But anyways, so one of the things is too, it's just like, I mean, what, as being on stream and stuff like that, was it a lot? I mean, we already kind of got into the part to where you being a teacher, it really wasn't, you know, a big thing, but was there like when you very first started, was there like hesitation to do it?
Yeah, well, it was like, I don't know if it was as much hesitation, but it was, it was a lot of ignorance. Like, I didn't know, there's a learning curve
Yeah.
with Twitch. If you don't know anything about the app and somebody says, hey, come watch, like, I can watch somebody all day, but like understanding like what a broadcast software is and like how people do, like, I'd watch some streams and I'm like, man, it would take me forever to put something like that. Like, I wouldn't know where to start to like transitions and stingers and like, you know, different scenes. Like, it was wild. So, so it was more of an overwhelming thing where I kind of like, I didn't know what it was going to be or where it was going to go. I didn't jump in being like, I'm going to do this. I was like, my buddy's trying it and he wants me to try it. So I said, I'll do it. And I got on, and then I like over time just kind of like learned little by little. It's just like anything. Like, the computer I have now is not the computer I started with. Like, I've pieced it out one thing at a time over time. Same thing with the stream, kind of like add little things over time and just to like make it better and better. So like, I wouldn't say like there was anything nervous. It was just like people would get on, like if I had anybody in chat, like I didn't know how to answer some Twitch like questions, like, you know, like what's your uptime? I'm like, what
is that?
I'm in Eastern time. it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's just like we were talking the other night. It's just like we were talking about when we all first started streaming and stuff like that. One of the things that always got me is watching a stream was when people came on and started talking to this person called Whisper. You know?
Oh, yeah. That guy Whisper. Him and Nightbot, like, they can hold a conversation.
and they get around.
Yes. Everywhere.
But yeah, it's kind of like when, you know, you're talking about people coming in and asking questions about uptime and stuff like that. It's just like, that was my thing. It's just like, man, this Whisper, he is popular because he's in like in every chat and he's like everywhere all at one time.
He's hanging out. It was the same thing like with Discord. Like, I was like, why do I need a Discord? We just chat in game. Yep. Like, and then slowly over time, because it was just me and one other guy like hanging out in there. I was like, we could just chat in the game. Like, we don't have to do this. Xbox has a thing for that. And then realizing that it's like, oh, this is like a community hub, not like just a voice chat situation. Has kind of like, it's changed a lot. It's wild.
Oh yeah, because I can remember when Discord came out too. Because even though I haven't been like a streamer for a while, but I've been involved with, you know, streamers and stuff and doing games through Discord. Actually, what was it? It was Team Chat. This one that first came out was Team Chat, and then Discord took over. But yeah, Discord's changed a lot, and the streaming community in just the last few years have changed a lot. I mean, with all the rules and regulations and all the other stuff going on. Did you get attacked by that hate bot at all?
Oh, I mean, not attacked.
Yeah.
But followed.
Like,
by a lot. But luckily, we have a very diligent mod team, and they're like banning things offline. Like,
oh, nice.
I mean, just killing it. So, so we do that, and then we set up, what is it? Sub-only chat or emote-only chat when we're offline. So that way nothing can say anything.
So you can set those up offline as well? See, that's one thing. I learn something new every day too, because I'm still learning that side of it. Oh,
it's a way to do it. I mean, you could also turn off raids too by anyone that's not someone you follow, a teammate. etc. But then if you forget to turn that off and someone wants to
Yeah.
raid you, it would be
Yeah,
rough.
you can't get raided.
You'd realize emote only real quick. You'd be like, why is no one saying words?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's one thing I set up on my deck is I put everything in there, especially for like tonight and some of the other ones. You know, when this all started, I put that on my stream deck that way in case we got that. All I could do was hit that. You know, if I didn't have a mod in here. But yeah, no, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, me personally, I don't understand it. I mean, other than the fact that I think it's just some bored kid that's just sitting back there just wanting to cause ruckus. But
yeah, I'm hoping they get a very big hug that kind of like fixes whatever that need is.
Yep.
And like, you know, they can use their powers for good. You know, like
you never know. Maybe it's like, you know, where Microsoft, you know, and Google and all them, you know, because they hire the hackers that hack them to work for them. So
yeah,
maybe this is what this guy's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to get hired on by Twitch.
maybe he's like, look what I did, and then everyone's like, no way, dude.
Haas, you work for Twitch? What?
Apparently, though, I found out that like that name or whatever was from like an actual streamer. It's like somebody's actual streamer name, and like I just can't imagine how rough that would be to have your whole reputation. Like nobody, I mean, everyone would see. I mean, you'd have to change your name essentially, and if you've been building a brand forever, that would just be the rough, like super rough.
Yeah, because I think he actually put on his little about me section is like, I am not the bot. You know, because everybody I'm sure went and searched him sooner or later to find out. You know, but. Yeah, it's just like because you type in the name and his channel's the only one that comes up, and it's just like in his about section. He goes, "I am not the bot. Don't ban me."
And I'm sure a bunch of people sent like nasty messages thinking it was him.
Oh,
like and him just being like, you should become Twitch staff." Amazing. Conflict of interest. Everyone gets a raise, like more than 50-50.
Yeah,
we start like 70-30 for affiliates.
No doubt.
That would be sweet.
So the time that you spent here on Twitch, what was like, what's been like your most exciting moment?
Oh man, there's been a few. I'd say from the beginning, my first raid was really exciting because I didn't know what a raid was. Somebody raided in, and I thought I'd done something wrong. I was like, "Oh, I'm being raided. That's a bad thing." Like somebody's coming to my channel like, I'm not doing anything. Like I'm just sitting here dressed like a pirate. Can I not do this? And then they'd explain to me what a raid was, and I was like, oh, so this is a good thing. Like, so I don't know. That was a memorable thing, which was pretty cool. But again, shows like where I was in streams. And then the partner stream was awesome. That was a huge thing to announce that to everybody. That was a cool moment. And then actually Mr. Killian pointed out like the other one, the first time I did no cosplay, because there's actually a video of me like crying on TikTok about this. But like I'd done Jack, so I'd started streaming without Jack, and there wasn't really any traction. You know what I mean? I mean, it's if you look at the platform, it's hard to be discovered on Twitch if you aren't plugged into a community or active on other socials or something like that. It's difficult just to like get anything. And then when we started doing Jack, more people started to notice. So like, okay, this is something different. Started to hang around and stuff like that. So I had gotten used to being Jack for the better part of like 9 months or so. Like that's all I did was Jack, like completely. And so I kind of like had this thought in my head where it's like, you know, I don't know if I can ever be me. You know what I mean? Like even if I am on Instagram. So I was like, you know, like I felt like no one's gonna show up if I'm not in character, because that's what I had kind of learned subtly starting out.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and it was like it's still like one, I think the top 3 biggest streams we had. So like the amount of people pouring in from other communities and supporting that was just unbelievable. To the point like,
oh wow,
I was like crying. I was like, okay, like you guys, like this is unbelievable. Because I didn't, you know, I was like, I was so nervous. I was so nervous, like to do it. I was like, this is gonna be crazy, and if no one shows up, it'll be okay. But like, I don't know. It was wild seeing people like pouring in and that kind of acceptance.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, it just like, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, when you ask me that question, come in as Jack or come in as yourself, and it's like, you know, as big of a community you have that you built, you know, I'm pretty sure that people know you both ways. So, But yeah, no, I can totally understand. It's like, because I've talked to other people that are characters, and stuff like that, or do characters on their stream, and they have the same fear, that it's like, okay, if I stop doing this, are people going to start coming around, So,
Yeah.
I mean, and I think it's a big fear, because I have a few friends that do cosplay and stuff like that, and they're the same way, even when they do their like cosplay Wednesdays or cosplay Thursdays or whatever they do, they get more traction, but then they don't want to do them too many times, because that's not what they want to do, full time as a streamer, is, because I'm sure, how long does it take you to get into character?
Well, foregoing the beard, which doesn't want to work, about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. For me to go and get everything ready. But it's probably a little bit longer, because I usually arrive about 3-4 minutes late. Like, I try to be on time, but even if I take it early, something's happening. I'll get on and like my camera's all fuzzy, and I'm like, "What were you doing while I wasn't here, computer?"
Yeah, no, I totally get
like
you.
The cat's been on it.
But yeah, no, that's one thing, is it's like, because a couple of my friends that do cosplay, they're female, so it's like, I know it takes them, and I think one of them said that they started doing it like an hour and a half before stream, and it's just like, but yeah, if it only takes, I mean, I'm sure too, like once you it becomes a routine, so it's just like, but like you said, something's always going to go wrong, it's just streamer 101. If anybody's new to, wants to be a streamer 101, number one tip: something will always go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Expect the unexpected. Streaming's hard, but it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's a blast. I mean, but okay, so what has there been like a downtime or a down moment that is just kind of like to the point to where you felt like you were just going to throw it in?
It's been a while since I felt like that, but when I first started, yeah. When I first started, there was a moment. I was streaming to I could pull it up, but it was like I was streaming to like 6 people, maybe 5-6 people, something like that. And then the numbers just started to go down. I was looking at the graph, and it was like 5, 3, 2, and it was going down. And right about that same time, I found another Jack Sparrow streamer who had like 213 people in his chat, and they were like right about to be partner, and like it was like a whole thing. And I was just like super down. I was like, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. And so I literally had a friend of mine that was there with me from the beginning that kind of helped us support. It still supports to this day. Like, I conversated with him about this, and I was like, man, I'm thinking about like just either not streaming or not doing Jack. Maybe I should just stop. And he was like, listen, like, don't worry about that guy. Like, 1, do it better, and 2, like, we don't do this for that, you know what I mean? And so this kind of like built into my mindset, like, of the whole concept of remember why you started, like, for having fun and playing games, and then also being able to care about people that come in, because there's a lot of people, you can go watch a stream, you can go watch a game, right? You can go see other people doing cosplays and just watch a game. But what we do is different, like it's very much about a community and about trying to appreciate every person, because most people in this world right now are underappreciated, and especially during that time, in that COVID lockdown time, like, people didn't have enough people loving on them, and so we were like, all right, we've got a mission, so that kind of became what it was.
No, and that's totally. I just wish there was more creators that were like that, but I guess if there were, it would just become a normal thing, and the special ones like you and stuff like that, it really wouldn't matter. So it's really, and those are the kind of streams that I go to. I go to the streams that make communities feel welcome. It's not about the streamer, it's about the community, and those are the ones I think they might start, just like you said, the numbers start out small, but and then if you just forget, if you just get in the back of your mind and don't think about the numbers, I think that's when things start to change. And I mean, because one, this is like I tell everybody else, the camera don't lie. The camera will see right straight through you. And, so if you're worried about those numbers and they're fluctuating up and down, that fluctuates in your appearance.
Yeah, 100%. And that's if you're just having fun. This is why some people hide their viewer count
Yeah.
because like to not focus on it. And this is also why like people have ever asked for streaming advice. I'm like the first thing that I always tell them is to pay attention to chat. Like hands down, like it does not matter what you have going on that other screen, because people coming in, like unless you're a pro player or like you're doing something that's like super like unique, like then somebody coming in to see you, like they deserve all of your attention.
Yeah.
That's how you make a friend, and that's really how it starts. Like is you start making friends and making like close friends on Twitch, and then expands into a community where you have a bunch of different friends. You know what I mean? You still have your inner circle, but like,
Yeah.
but you're able to make a lot more friends, and so it becomes really about acknowledging someone that's there, and then that'll make them, it gives them incentive to want to come back and hang out with you.
Yeah. No, totally. And yeah, that's one thing. It's one of the biggest questions people ask me, because, I'm one of these people. It's like, I mean, on my personal channel, I don't like focus a lot on it. So it's, it's just there to play games and stuff like that with my friends, and people come in, great. But, it's like one of the things that people ask me, it's just like about networking, how to network. They always ask me how to network. And you basically just explained it right there, go through these communities and make friends. I mean, because I think it sounded like you started out the same way I started out. But you had a friend to start out with, but I mean, you had no outside community, no streaming community to get you going, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I had nobody. Like I didn't know anybody. I didn't know how Twitch worked.
yeah,
I didn't know how to find another channel. Like all I saw was people on there that were like, because all the recommendeds are like, here's 4,000 people and a wall of text that just, it's a wall of text. It's a wall of text. Like, I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I really just kind of like, I found a lot of people through Twitter, to be honest. I started on Twitter, tweeting some things out and started like following other people streaming. And then I started talking to them, and then I'd find their page and I'd go and talk to them and see what they had going on, and ask them questions, and then I'd go start hanging out. And then that's what led to like my first raid, was the people that I was hanging out with and talking to came to see me. And then we all became kind of friends, and then started doing games together. And then it kind of just started to expand from there.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's just, I mean, I mean, when I say network, it means don't go into other people's chats and sit there and say, hey, I stream, or don't self promote. That's just like, that'll probably get you banned from a bunch of channels. I mean, but in certain channels don't mind it. But yeah, just like you said, go make friends, and things like that. And for me, it's hard to do because like I said, I started out the same way. I didn't have anybody. I had a laptop. I hit the live button, and I'm just like you. It's like, okay, what do I do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and a big thing for Twitch, I mean, a lot of people say it's really hard to make it just on Twitch because of discoverability. And so a lot of people pull from other platforms. But if you're going to do it through Twitch, plugging into other communities is essential.
Yeah.
Like, and when you like, and not just plug in to be like, my goal here is to get people to come to my channel, right? Ultimately, that may be what you want. But if you're not making friends, then it's not going to matter because no one's going to stay. You know what I mean? Like, people might come see your channel and then they go out the door. Like, it's really about like connecting with people and like making some actual friendships right there, and then having conversations about it. You know what I mean? This is like between me and the mods and like me and like our stream team, like we have like active conversations about like stuff we're doing, and then like I'm able to get to know a lot of the crew too through playing games. Though if anyone's ever played a game with me on stream, it's totally different than playing off stream because there's just bells and chaos and everything. But I was like, listen, you know what you're getting into. Like, I'm gonna be yelling.
Now, can you separate that? Can you separate the character from when you're live and not live when you're playing games?
Oh yeah, totally different. It's pretty easy unless I'm playing with somebody I don't know that well, and then the persona stays on a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because like that's kind of what I associate with Twitch. So if I'm just like hopping on, especially if somebody else is live, you know, like I don't usually go in there as like just me. I'll have like the accent and doing all the things.
Hi pirates, how you doing? Speaking of pirates, there's pirates there. But
More pirates.
more pirates. Yeah, the accent and stuff like that. Did that just come natural, or was it just, did you practice it, or how does that come about?
So since I've done it for like about 10 years, it started off like as me just kind of mimicking, and then like the more I watched and the more I practiced and the more I listened, you know, I mean, I would really like, I mean, I think this is part of like why I like the English language. So I started breaking down like phonetics and like actual mannerisms, and I find if you do the mannerisms, it helps a lot. Actually having the teeth in, I've got like silver and gold teeth that go in these spaces. They taste like nickels. So I don't want to wear it for 3 hours during streaming. But when you have that in your mouth, the same way that Depp did, it kind of helps to create the conjugation in the situation where you're speaking in that way. But I also I just like doing voices in general and studying different voices and trying to impersonate them. So this is part of like me wanting to be a voice actor as well.
So is that something that you've tried to do, or?
I mean, I've not tried.
I've
not like applied to anything like that, but it's something I would like to do. And if it was something that happened, if I met somebody that had like a connection, I'd love to do that. But I assume most of that's, I don't want to go. I don't want to go out on the street corner handing out headshots or like voice samples. Be like, hey guys, check this out. You know. But if I were to meet somebody that knew somebody, I would love to have a deeper conversation about that.
Helmlich is his favorite. What's Helmlich? Is that
Heimlich?
Oh, Heimlich. Sorry.
Heimlich's from A Bug's Life.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
He's a very pretty butterfly. He's got beautiful wings and he flies around. Becoming a circus bug is all the dreams we have.
Hey, you nailed that one. Yeah, I remember. Now that you said that, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that movie.
Giant green caterpillar. I don't even know how that happened. I think we were talking about Bug's Life, and I just started doing it. I was like, okay, that's a thing now.
You had to do him. You had it on Disneyland. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
So, what are your future plans for being? I mean, are you just kind of riding the wave and just kind of going along, or is there anything in the works for more?
Well, there's a few things in the works. Because ideally, I would like to be a full-time content creator. Like, that is an ideal. But at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to like depend on the generosity of friends to pay bills.
Yeah.
So that's it's a hard line right now. I said if we want to, if the channel like exploded somehow and like there was like tons and tons of people in there and like, you know, subscribers and stuff like that to where you don't have to think about it, you know, like then yeah, I would just do that. But I'm trying to we're expanding stuff on YouTube. I've got people helping me with that. Captain Trench has been helping me make some videos. I'm doing some extra stuff there. But I'm also working with a friend of mine who I have a meeting with tonight. Actually, we're working and I'm helping to co-write and direct a video game that's being made out in Silicon Valley.
Oh, nice.
It's a new game dev company. So if that takes off, that could be a huge thing. I'm gonna try to do some voice acting there, and I mean, and then like whatever other opportunities pop up. This is why like I'm reticent to ever like not take an opportunity just in case, because you don't know where it could lead or who you could connect to through it. You know, so yeah, ideally, if I could like design video games and like write them and then do voice acting and do this, it would be like the best of both worlds. But for right now, teaching's fine.
Teaching's
And I get to do this.
Hey, I mean, it seems like it's the best. I mean, you get the best of both worlds right now. I mean, because the teaching, I mean, you have your summers off, you have your holidays off, so you can devote more, to this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would just be, my kind of like dream come true. Because, like I said, is to be able to devote more to it. But
yeah, and I get to connect my students too, like super well, because they have like network parameters, like that block all kind of like websites and stuff there.
Yeah.
So like as I'm trying to like connect and like post and like do some stuff during my break time and lunch and stuff like that, like I'm constantly like finding like VPNs and I'm talking to kids. I'm like, all right, what are you using to be on this during my class? Like, how are you playing Minecraft, right? Like we're gonna have like, this is a real you're not in trouble. Like,
I want to know.
Like, just I need your help.
Oh, so you're making the bonds with the kids that way. That's pretty cool. I mean, sometimes that way they kind of, they might be doing wrong, but in a way you're making a bond with them, so they're kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with it, but it was a cool thing.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like that's the same way with streaming. Like, when somebody gets to know you and they, you establish a bond, a connection.
Yeah.
Then again, that people are more willing to come back and say hello because they feel like you acknowledge them and you're, like y'all have a connection. That's the same thing with students. You know what I mean? Like the best way to get them to learn is to form a relationship first and then produce content. If I just come in and say, here is your work, do it, they are not going to care about it. And if they do it, it's for a grade and it's only halfway. But if you can make that connection with them, then it's like, okay, listen, like we've had, like, I appreciate, all the help with like the VPNs and stuff like that. It's been great, but it's serious business time. And because they know you in that way, they're like, okay, all right.
True.
All right. Okay, I trust what you're telling me is not a waste of my time. You are for me and you're trying to help. So let's do the things.
Yeah. Yeah, because making a bond with chat. I mean, because you never know too that somebody could be rolling through chat that's just had a crappy day, and even though the streamer might not acknowledge them right away or whatever, but that could change that viewer's perception on
100%.
things one way or the other.
100%. Like, and this is why like I don't typically ever hit the go live button if I'm having a rough day. Like I just don't. I'm like, listen, if I'm not going to be 100%, I'm not going to show up because like I'm there to give it my all. And literally, so like you might only get a few seconds with a viewer of interaction because they might say, hey, and then they might be lurking or on a few different streams or doing their own stuff. You know what I mean? So if you get that small space of interaction and you're just like, what's up? Then that, like, I know how I feel when I go into a chat and like, I want the warm welcome. I'm like, hey, how are you doing? You know what I mean? Like somebody took the time out of their day to come see you. Yeah. And if you're not like I don't know, like I want people to be actively excited I'm there, and I'm actively excited that when people come to like the stream. So like it's priority number one to make them recognize like, hey, you're here, you said something, what's going on, it is great to see you, etc. And then with any new viewers, you have about 5 seconds to make an impression on them, or they could be gone forever. Especially someone coming with a raid. They could be like, okay, so if you don't acknowledge a raid or the raiders when they come over, like, I mean, you can probably just, but it depends on what you want. Like if you just want to play the game, then just play the game. But if you just want to play the game, then maybe streaming's not the thing. Maybe YouTube's the thing. Yeah, because Twitch is, I think that, I understand where Twitch started, because it's like the mother of all, streaming platforms, but in the 2015, is that when this started? 2016. I think 15 or earlier.
Yeah, I think Justin TV was like 14 and 15, and then I think Twitch is somewhere
2011.
Yeah.
But
yeah, just because when it started, that's all it was just game. So now with today's like I was saying, even after the last 2 years, with the COVID shutdown, the interaction, or everybody being locked in and nothing to do, it's just like it's designed a whole new viewer, in my perspective. So what you were saying, what they used to say back when I first started was like, oh yeah, I got to catch up within the first 10 seconds. But you're right. You have to catch them like within the first 5 seconds now.
Yeah.
So
It's quick.
2011.
Yeah, 2011.
I knew it was. It seems old, but it's really not old. You know, I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 10 years is really 10 years is really not that old when it comes to
Yeah,
phone
I know
things,
it's
so.
not. I mean, I think about what cell phones looked like 10 years ago, and
Yeah.
it seems like ancient history, but
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, because I've been dabbling with, you know, figuring this whole thing out since about 2012 or 13. I just didn't start streaming until about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. So,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, like I said, it seems like it's been around forever. But yeah, when you look at it, it's only been around for 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot to be discovered,
Yeah.
but things are evolving so fast.
Yeah. And I think it's just the way it's going to go. So yeah, I mean, what if you didn't have Captain Jack, where would you think you would be today?
If I didn't have Captain Jack, I probably would still be in the same job I had before this. Be pushing really hard to be continuing education. Or I'd be looking for an assistant principal job somewhere, like because I'm qualified for that. I have my bachelor's, my master's, my specialist. I have like 4 or 5 certifications, and
Oh,
I have
wow.
a leadership endorsement. So I've done tons of school. I'm 2 years into my doctoral program, so
Oh,
in the next
wow.
few years I'll be Dr. Captain Sparrow.
Let's see. Y'all gotta just start acknowledging him as Doctor Captain Jack.
I said Dr. Sparrow. I'm not treating any medical wounds without rum. But yeah, so I'd probably be doing that because I don't think I would have had the nerve to leave a job at a place I was super unhappy at, a school that I was really unhappy at, to go to a new one if it didn't have Captain Jack. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I would have had the gumption because I said if everything falls through, I could survive for a while without that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not what I want to do. Like I said, I don't want to depend on friends for that. But like, if I didn't have it, it made it possible for me to have some freedom. To
Yeah.
have the nerve to be like, okay, I know I'm underappreciated here because I'm so valued here that like my workplace should have some type of middle ground, you know?
No, totally. No, that's why it's just like that's one thing I always like, you know, to find out, you know, people that have been doing this for a while. It's just like, what would happen, you know, what would you be doing if this is not what you'd be doing now? So yeah, it's always kind of interesting to me. You know, because I'm the one I like to find out how people tick and what makes them do what they do and how they do it. So it's just been always a thing for me. So I guess that's kind of why doing this here kind of fits. But, but yeah, it's like I said, the energy. I mean, I get like you said. I guess you said that the chat is what energizes you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, because it's just amazing. It's 100% amazing. I just can't. I mean, I know I keep saying it, but it's just like I have never seen a chat. I've never seen anybody really do that. So yeah, it's been amazing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. It's a lot of fun. Like it really is. It's kind of one of those things where like you know, again it goes back to acknowledging chat, but if you're actively excited, like truthfully that someone's there, then like you said, what's inside will show out, and that's
Yeah.
what's showing out. Because every time I see a name, it's like another person's just showed up, like at my door and it's like, hey, what's up? I came to see you. It's like, dude, sweet, let's go. Like we're getting to hang out. All right. And then so if you have 4 or 5 friends in a row that are saying, hey, you're like, okay, and then you have like raids and you're like, everyone is coming to hang. Like I don't know. I've described it like a birthday party. It's like a birthday party that you're getting to have, and so it's I don't know. It's hard not to be excited to know that these people took time out of their day when they could do anything to come hang out with you. Like I'm like, you could do. There's a million streamers like, and you don't even have to be on Twitch. You could do anything.
Yeah.
Like you could be anywhere in the world doing things, but you took time to be right here. So I don't know. It's just it's humbling and it's exciting all at the same moment.
Yeah. So if you had the chance to go to, I mean, I'm sure you guys do as being partners, you have a chance to go to Twitch and sit there and say, hey, this is what, I think would work, or to make things better. I guess one thing is, it's like, what do you think Twitch is lacking as a platform?
That's a hard question. So, because we don't get, all we give is they answer our help tickets faster. That's about, but it's still
really?
a help ticket. It's not like,
Direct line.
like we have a conversation. Like I send a help ticket, and usually within 24 hours to get back to me, and usually the answer is like, "Sorry, can't do anything about that." So, you're very much independent on this unless it's a serious problem. But that being said, as far as Twitch goes, I mean, there's a lot of things for discoverability that would be great. It would be nice to see that more spread out, to where not just top streamers are getting featured on the front page. It'd be great to see some Twitch staff members like actively seeking out small streamers, people streaming at low numbers, and just throwing them on the front page, and be like, hey, here, you know what I mean? Like somebody that could handle it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, some people sometimes the progression is necessary to get you to where you need to be as a streamer, you know what I mean? Like to get you used to handling amount of people in chat. But I think it would be cool if they did feature like small streamer featuring to help some things like that. So it's not just on them to do that. It would be cool even if they had like a small streamer category, like where somebody like could go and they could meet up and hang out and get to know each other in the network. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be cool. I mean, obviously we could talk compensation if that mirrored other platforms, but I've had that conversation with them and it's not moving. So at least not right now. But I got a feeling the more competition there is, the more that something will have to sway. Because right now there's a big discussion at the top tiers of it with those streamers, and they're talking millions of dollars, not not anything that we know about. But I feel like eventually the competition in the marketplace will kind of help maybe level things out, hopefully in the favor of streamers. I'd say.
Nice.
But yeah, and then the raid bots, get them out.
Yeah.
Like we need an active like I feel like Twitch should be posting out the active list of hotspots, like universal ban.
Yeah, you think by now. I mean, I was just listening to somebody else. They said this has been going on for like the last 6-7 years. And this year it's just gotten worse. The last few months it's gotten worse. But they said they've had hate raids in their channels for like over the last 6 years that they've been streaming.
Right.
And I'm like, really?
And I can't imagine like a hate raid. Like what a terrible thing,
I mean, like I said, I've had the same thing you had, just the hotspot come through. But
yeah.
I've even let him sit there and just kind of chill to see if he was going to do anything. Because I don't know if it's like a time thing. They kind of wait for the right moment or wait for the right amount of people in chat.
I've heard it's like wait till you offline. That's from my understanding. That's wait till you offline, and then they bring a bunch of them in there and they start saying things to get your channel banned.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say, because it's like, well, I guess because if you ban them all before. Because because it was funny, because the other night when I was on chat, somebody popped in and I seen him pop up my chatter list, and it kind of resembled the hotspot name or the host name. And I sit there for a while and let him sit there, and so finally I just sit there and called him out. I sit there and I go, well, you got about 3 seconds to say something or I'm banning you. Don't ban me, I'm not a bot.
I mean, we've had the same things too, and I've told people, I was like, listen, sorry, we just in today's time we can't be too careful,
No.
You got to look at it for the sake of the community.
Yeah. What has been the most from your community? If there's one thing that you can like pick from your community, what has been, like I'm just having a hard time talking tonight for some reason. but like something that your community's given back to you, other than the support and everything else. Has there been something that has just wowed you from what they've done?
Um,
Putting you on the spot now.
no, like I mean, it's hard to pick any one thing. I would
Yeah.
say acceptance is probably the biggest thing, and that kind of goes back to the first no cosplay stream. Through that, and like I don't know, it's really endearing when you can mess things up on your end, or if your internet goes out. We had one stream where like the internet just like so the internet was out on a few of them. The camera didn't work. The camera didn't work at all.
Oh
It
no.
was like freeze framing me, and we had like pretty much everybody still there, even when the camera was like frozen, and I was like in 5 minute intervals. Like you'd see my face. It was just I don't know, and for me that hits hard because I want to give people the time they deserve. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I'm like you've chosen to come here. I want to give you, you know, everything I've got. I want to give you 100% in the time that I'm going live. I'm going to present it out there. I want it to be well worth your time to come hang out. So I always get like super self-doubty and emotional and sad when that happens. And then
Yeah.
seeing people continually like not only being there, but like people in chat reassuring other people saying, hey, it's okay. It'll be fixed in a minute. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like, or making it fun. You know, like it's not just me driving to like try to like keep things going. Like they're actively there helping me. You know, they're actively there a part of the stream. You know, like not just spectating, but they're actually like active in it. You know what I mean? So I guess part of the ship, part of the crew, and then like
Yeah.
Abby said, well, you know, when there's been needs pop up, people have been. I try not to like talk about any IRL needs really, but
Yeah.
we had some that were emotional sometime, and they showed up and just were incredible. So it's it's wild.
No, that's good. Like I said, so um, and also if you guys have any questions whatsoever that you want to ask him that you don't already know, like I said, keep them generalized, not like personal stuff. You can save that for later. But, but if you have any questions or something like that that you don't know of him that you've always been wanting to ask him, or maybe if there was a question that didn't get asked during a chat session or something like that, you guys are more than welcome to put him in chat. He can read the chat, so if he's you don't have to address it to him. All you got to do is just sit there and ask him. So just to let you know. But no, this, like I said, I've always been curious. One thing I've always been curious is like, I mean, we kind of answered a little bit of it. It was like, because that's one thing you said about being in cosplay and stuff like that. It kind of does play like on a mental, part of you, because like you said, you think that somebody might not come in if you don't play this 100%. The mental, I guess the mental draining and straining, the mental attack that streaming has on people. I mean, do you ever fall in that? I mean, to where it's just like the stream itself is what becomes mentally too much.
Typically the stream is not usually the problem. It's usually the things surrounding it. It's usually the things surrounding it. I mean, we've got great moderators that keep a lot of things at bay. Sometimes, we can get some people in chat that are unruly or, or self promo, that kind of thing. But I mean, they're usually on top of it. So they make my life so much easier, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine having to address all those issues live. It would just be crazy. But as far as like that, it's more mechanical with the technology, and then it's me feeling like I've let somebody down, either by like I'll think back and be like, man, maybe I wasn't as hyped up when I was like greeting them, or man, maybe this game was a bad choice. I went into it new thinking it would be fun, and it's just like too gory, or there's like I didn't know there was swearing in it, and I feel bad. I'm like, man, I didn't mean to put. And I'm usually pretty good on the fly of switching it up. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
we can drop everything and just chat. But it's usually that, or like if I have a raid out, that I take a raid out and like immediately there's cursing. I'm like, man, like, that's like, I understand, it being excited and stuff like that, but like, I always try to, as much as I can, look out for the community. You know what I mean? Like, make sure that I'm taking them to safe spaces and creating
Yeah.
a safe environment. So if I ever feel like I let them down that way, that's the only time I get a little drained, just feeling like, all right, what can I do better? And that's usually when we have weekly mod meetings, when I'm
that's
not
nice.
just too gassed. We usually meet at least 3 times a month, to kind of go over things and reassess. And I'm the first person to reach out for feedback, because I want to make sure I'm doing things better and not just like, well, this is just what it is. Like, at no point in time am I taking a back seat to the stream. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actively like, how do I always like make it better and safer and improve, like, on and on.
I seen it in here. Carbon asks, what is your next upgrade? What is on your next upgrade list?
What is on my next upgrade list? It's a good question. So the PC is doing pretty good, like, in and itself. It's pretty. It's not too bad. Let's see. I can probably even show you guys if you want to see. So this is what the box looks like here. It's a little bright, but it's not too bad. We've had a lot of things improved over time. So it's hard to say for sure. Oh, hi, I'm way up here.
Hey.
And no, I'm still down here. Hi. There we go. Hi. So I don't know really. The whole wall back here is painted green screen, so I don't know. There's not been any major things I could think of. I would like to eventually get a different mic. Like, our friend Brett uses like an audio recording mic that sounds incredible. So maybe if I could just get the technology I have to work, right? Every time?
That would be
That would
100%.
be great.
Yeah, that would be 100%.
Hello down there.
I seen one. Where was it? Something about. Oh, Margaret said something about my favorite part was watching Raven freak out about adult content.
I don't. It's probably in post stream where I'm like, somebody says something off, and I'm like, my teacher senses kick in, and I'm like, don't bring them woody dudes in here.
So, what mic do you use now?
So right now I've got the Elgato Wave 3, so I just had to wizard Harry on you because technology problems.
Yeah, I was like,
my
whoa.
mouth was out of sync.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I've got the Elgato Wave 3.
How do you like that mic?
And it's good. It's fine. It works good. It's a quality mic for the price. But that's probably one of the things on the upgrade list. This camera, I'm hoping they'll come out with some software updates that'll fix a lot of the issues, but it's just so new.
Oh, okay.
That, like, they're still probably finding in ways of fixing it and stuff.
So have you always used green screen?
No.
No.
We only started green screen, like, I think in February or March of last year. It was a thing, like, kind of, it was we had boxes, and I'd actually had the same, like, overlay since, like, I started, basically. It was like a $10 thing I got from one of the, like, gameown.com or Nerd or Die, like, and I just, like, got that, and that was it for years, or not for years, but for months. Guess it feels like years, but
yeah, it does.
and then we went to the green screen thing. So yeah, but as far as that, probably the microphone. I would like to get a DSLR camera for creating content, though. Like,
Yeah.
But that stuff's like, those are adult money numbers.
Yeah. Money that, yeah, adult money is right, you know. But yeah. Hi, Eclipse. How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. But yeah, no, that's one thing I always have to, it's like, because I used to use a green screen and I could never ever get my lighting. That's the reason why I said the hell with green screen. I'm done with it, and I just started to use. I built a background so that way it would just blend in. But
Yeah.
But no, it's
Lighting's key with that. I've got 4 different lights.
4 different lights. Wow.
2 overheads and 2 floodlights in the back that light up the wall. And that's why, like, I'm so used to gaming under the sun. Like, so if I'm on here playing with friends in the dark, I'm like, is my power on? Like, this is weird.
Yeah, because that's all it is all about lighting. It's like trying to get that right lighting to keep the shadows and everything out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, that's the streamer. If you had 5 tips, give me 5 tips for new streamers that have just wanting to start out that you would give.
Let's see, 5 of them. Plug into another community. Make friends. All of these probably revolve around making friends. Like, don't just try to get people to come to your channel. Like, don't start off with that. That's like the phone call you make to your dad when he knows you want money and like you're making small talk to get there. Like, don't do that. Don't have that conversation first. Like, be friends, and then if you're really friends, it'll probably happen. You know what I mean? Because even still, people that like come hang out in the channel and are interacting with us, like, I try to follow like most everyone that comes in so I can go check out their content, and then for potential raids in the future too, because I'm like, if you're here hanging out doing this, then especially what we're doing, you know, and so like it makes it, I don't know, like it's as real as I can make it when I say that, like, I want to be like actively friends with people and care about them. Like, it's not just like I said, no one's a number, you know, like that's the thing. So 1, plug into other communities. 2, engage with chat over everything. Engage over everything. When you get a raid, pay attention to the raid. Like drop what you're doing. It says more about you. Don't say, I'm gonna get a win for you. Don't say, I'm gonna get this kill. Like, get killed, lose the match, let it go. Like, whatever. Like, that speaks to somebody more. Like, oh, this guy didn't even, like, he was paying attention to me and he died. Like, if that doesn't matter and you're important, that'll stand out. What else? So yeah, community, pay attention to chat, and then watch other streamers. So it's the same way, like, to be a teacher, you got to be a learner, right? Like, I can't just get on here and go live and expect for anything to be as good as it can be if I don't watch people that are good. The AR9. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, my alerts are going off, so Hermit's screaming in my ear right now. But be a viewer. You know, like, go and see what people are doing, what they're doing well. Ask questions. You know what I mean? Like, ask questions. And then another big one outside of that, as you're watching, engaging, improving your streams, like, make sure that you recognize that nobody's a number. Like, because there are a lot of things that, like, make very, very, very metric centered. They make it very metric centered, especially to start. There's a path to affiliate, there's path to partner, and it's all based on numbers, right? But you've got to take yourself away from that and make sure you're having fun. If you're not having fun, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? If you ever want to do it like in a longevity thing, like, it can't, your number, then they can't be your focus, because then you're going to see people as numbers and not treat them like people. You know, like, it's got to be person first, and then, you know, and like I said, that's why, like, when we were getting close to partner, like, we never put partner push on there, because that's not what it was about. Like, if you want to be here, we'd love to have you here, but I don't want people to just help us there to reach some type of numerical goal. You know what I mean? Unless it's some type of charity thing. Yeah. But I want people to be there because they like being there. You know what I mean? Like, and then I guess the 5th part of that is an extension of the 4th. Like, don't see yourself as a number of the numbers that you're creating, because a lot of people get down on themselves and they stop streaming, or they give up, or they get deflated in conversation, or like they have a bad experience and then they don't appreciate the next person that comes into their stream, and then it spirals. It's like, I don't know if you ever played golf, but like
Yeah.
as soon as you like shank one into the woods, if you just get T1 right back up and you're angry, that ball's going in the woods.
Yeah.
You know, or the cart path. Like you're not going to just tee it right up mad and hit it right. You
Yeah.
know, like you got to take a second, calm down, realize like, hey, all right, that's going to be okay. Let me refocus and try again. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, when it comes to golf, it doesn't matter. I end up I either in the traps or in the woods anyway, so it doesn't matter what I can be mad or whatever.
Right.
Well, thank you for following him. He's an awesome creator. You need to go watch his channel too. But no, yeah, like I said, I mean, being a content creator, it's everybody thinks it's just like, you know, you sit behind the camera and that's all you do. You sit behind the camera, play games, unless you have a community that kind of understands, and if you guys talk about that in your community and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, it's like, I mean, so far, you know, I haven't had a lot of people come over. It's like, oh, you just sit there and play. But I know I have seen them in the past that, you know, this isn't work. This isn't work. And it's like, dude, if you only knew what we all went through. I mean, you know, the characters and stuff like that, you know, the character you play and stuff like that is work, you know, it's extra work, but it's fun work. You know, when people sit there and ask me, it's like, no, it's fun work.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I mean, I'm on for 3 hours. Like I'm not like, I don't get offline and I'm like, dinner, yar, fiddly-dee. Like, I'm like, I am laying down.
But no, yeah, the struggle is real. The struggle is very real. Like I said, between tech issues, just getting mentally prepared to do it, because it is a mental challenge, like I said. So getting mentally prepared to come online, because you never know. One thing could be, one day you could have like, you know, 150, 200 people in there, and something just might happen to where, you know, those numbers are half by chance or whatever. And then, but if you watch the numbers and that number hits you like that, it doesn't matter. We're all human. It's going to mentally affect you. So, you know, that's why he says one thing is don't watch the numbers. You know?
Yeah. And then also ask around. If you're seeing dips and stuff like that, say, like, one, get feedback, and two, check out, like, what's going on Twitch. Because it may not be you. There's been some times I've been like, what am I doing wrong tonight? And it's like, well, it's Friday. Everyone's back at work, you know, and it's summer. So, like, you know, things are happening. You know, like, and so when you start saying like, okay, like, you can't take those things as if it's you, you know, and then if it is you, have people close to you that'll tell you, like, hey, we need to fix this for things to go better next time.
So another question: if you had somebody come into your chat and say, hey, you know, I've just, like you said, the numbers aren't right, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, you know, what would be the one thing that you would tell them to look at first? You know,
so typically it kind of works like, if you're gonna look at numbers, then you got to kind of treat it like a statistician. Like, so look at your overall growth over time. So if it's doing an upward plane and you just have like some bits of dipping, then that's good. If you're going all the way up and straight down, you need to go back to where the huge drop off started, find out what happened. You know what I mean? Like, was there something said? Was there ties broken, etc.? Like, and then find out how you can remedy that. But typically, it's never anything too huge. Like, I mean, I know a few people that have had some serious issues, but typically, everyone's gonna have ups and downs. But your best stream doesn't define you, and your worst stream doesn't define you. Like, you know, like there's a place somewhere in the middle. And again, if you're focused on numbers, oftentimes you're missing out on people. Yeah. Because if you're looking at like, oh, I only had 12 people tonight. Well, you had 12 people. You know, like 12 people took the time out of their day to come spend time in your channel. You know what I mean? And you've got to love on those 12 people even harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because You know, it's the way you treat the ones that do come through, because this is all a word by mouth. You know, this is it's the number one advertising with anything is word by, one person tells somebody something and then it goes down the line. So that's why hopefully doing this, people can go back on the VODs and stuff like that and they can watch, and it's like if they've never seen you or they've never seen the other creators, it's like, oh, because I give all the opportunities, I put the links, I put, everything in all the VODs, that way they can go back and find you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, go through, I don't know, I guess as, talking about the number, it's like, if you feel, one thing I sit there and I do, I don't know if anybody else does, but one thing I do is if I feel like I've had a down week or something like that, or something's just not right, I'll go back and look through the videos or the VODs and critique my own VODs. I won't do it the night of. I'll wait a couple of days. That way it feels like a fresh perspective on it.
Yeah.
Because if you go right straight into a VOD after you get done, all you're going to do is see what you just did. I mean, you're not going to be able to see anything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's great content, and sometimes you're like, all right, what do you do? And then again, is it like, are you creating content, or are you hanging out playing a game? You know what I mean? Like, and this is why it's like important to like always stream as if somebody's there, because you can always use that content.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so somebody's like, well, what if I don't have anybody talking in chat? Stream as if everyone's chatting you up. You know what I mean? And then put it on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, it's a perfect game to play through. Like, that's what a lot of those, gameplay videos are. If people are just like hanging out, being interactive and funny about the game they're playing. So, I mean, it's if you're gonna use the time, don't ever be like sit there and be sad about it. Like, keep pushing. Like, you can't get down about it. And another thing, I guess, and out of the list of 5, if I had one more, like, don't be afraid to talk in chat, because that's how streamers get to know you. That's how they get to see your name, and that's how other people in the community get to know your name. And then when you start going in chats and more than one person recognizes you, this is why you can, like, oftentimes you can see who your friends are watching. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you, like, watch a stream, get to know somebody, see they're watching somebody else, pop over there and start chatting, and then typically they're going to say hey, or you can say hey to them. And then it's like, oh, you guys know each other. This is cool. And this is, like, growing the community, and making a connection right there. Because I can tell you, like, people know who our mods are. Like, they know, not just because they're doing mod things, but because they're actively participating and talking in chat. They can recognize, like, oh, I know what stream you're a part of. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, some of our mods have hundreds of followers and they've never turned on a camera. Like, it's
I know,
because people see the name.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. What's up, Mister Chadley? Y'all always come in like right at the very end. But no, that's one of the things too. It's like the mods. People don't understand what mods are. Mods are more than just the band hammer. Mods are your community leaders. So even though you got the name moderator behind your team, but it's always the mods, like, especially like in chats, like, like Raven's chat, where it moves quite fast. You need those mods in there to help interact. And like he says, the mods keep him in check by saying, hey, you missed this person, or you missed this comment, or you missed this, so mods are a lot more than just the band hammer.
And they also get to troll the streamer.
Yeah.
So, if I've got sound alerts or giant aliens coming at my face, like, it's part of it. It's great.
But yeah, so yeah, that's just it, So if you guys have any other questions for the Raven, if you guys don't have any other questions, you get to do a
toxic waste for you right now. Oh, is that the question? Is that
what you're asking?
I think that's what he's got. Mr. Killian has a whole bag of treats.
Oh.
To us to talk about. I think all I have left is a yellow one. My dude, that Warhead. The yellow ones are the worst ones. So these are candies that are like more sour than Warheads. They're pretty rough, and the yellow ones are the worst. And I hate lemon flavor, but yellow power. Gosh. Yeah. Why is the room always warm? Because of an insatiable thirst. Right, here you go, Mr. Killian. So, this is the sour part of the interview. It's like sour pine saw. I clean the floor with this. Yeah. My face is sticking it. You can feel it back here. That's where it goes. I get into old Greg. I think he's the only one I can do when I have sour face. You ever drank toxic waste from a shoe?
Toxic waste from a shoe. Is that what it tastes like?
Ah,
what you imagine it tastes like?
That's what I imagine. Oh, that creamy yellow custard. Going to get your revenge on me? Dude, I need to. He's got a lot of different things that he's going to have to eat.
Oh, now you done it. Now you done it.
Oh, it's awful.
What a way to end it. Getting a sour face.
That's it, man.
Well, Raven, I appreciate you coming in. I really do. This has been an honor, and I guess I can go back to the way it was.
In the before times.
Yeah, the before times. There we go. Anyways, no, I really appreciate everything. I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you talking about a little bit about your life and about your career and everything else. That is sweet. Hopefully, it kind of opens up the possibilities of other people, kind of hearing your story and stuff like that, that will, hit the live button and just do it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And to answer Legio's question, yes, we are actively trying to screen them a little bit more. It's hard to know everything that's in a game without playing it. But the more like Phasmo-esque games that are just jump scary and not gory, that's what we're going after. And also, I'm pretty sure I got the go-ahead to get a Nintendo Switch. So we'll be able to do a lot more family-friendly streams. So it'll be good.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that's my next on the. I mean, I went from Xbox to PC, and I haven't went back to my Xbox yet. But
same, it's a DVD player.
Yeah,
I don't play DVDs.
So, but no, I like a lot of Nintendo stuff, and the only thing they got now is basically the Switch. So it's like, I figured, I guess this Christmas, if Sandy's good, I might be getting the same thing. I might be getting the Switch. So. Because I know Chad plays a lot of Pokemon, and I've actually watched it a lot. Have you played Pokemon? Do you play Pokemon?
I have. I've not been able to play in the new ones because I don't have a Switch.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I have in the past. But, like, they were the OGs. Pokemon Blue, Red, Yellow.
Yeah.
Like, N64, like, Pokemon Snap, Stadium, etc.
Nice. Yeah, so I was watching Chad play. I get, what is it, the Pokemon Unite, and I don't know, those kind of games are actually kind of relaxing but fun at the same time. But releases on mobile at 3 a.m. Really?
Ooh,
Huh?
sounds fun.
Yeah. But anyways, I appreciate you taking your time out of your day and coming in and showing us Jack, and I thank you for being you. Like I said, it's streamers like you that just make it worth coming into and watching streams. That is for sure.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. And I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
Like, it was fun. I can tell you put a lot of work into stuff. Like, and all your designs look incredible. So, like,
Oh, thank you.
well done. Like,
Yeah.
it's been good to be here. Mr. Killian, it's all in the face. I was like doing a little bouncy as I tried to. I couldn't just keep sucking on the lemon. I was like, I got to chew through this thing. One and done. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Shino, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Doghouse Live. But yeah, no. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you bringing your community through here. That was really awesome. I appreciate you guys showing up tonight and giving support to TheRavenArmed. Like I said, you guys got a top notch stream and a top notch chat. So all I can say is keep up the good work, and I see you going very, very far. So like I said, hopefully maybe one of these days here soon that this is what you want to do for a career. This is yours, you know.
Man, I'd love it. I say we're appreciating it one day at a time. Every stream we get's quite a blessing. So, you know, enjoying it.
Yeah.
But thank you for all the kind words and having us tonight, man.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and enjoy the rest of your night off, because tonight is your night off stream, isn't it?
Yes.
So, if you want to tell everybody what nights you stream, just for the ones that don't already know, and I have a link.
Yeah. So we stream every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. This week our schedule's a little jumbled. It's not normally jumbled. We're usually very on schedule. Even if I do show up a few minutes late accidentally because my beard won't stay glued. But this week we'll be streaming tomorrow night instead of Thursday night. I've switched it around, and I get to get some family time in Thursday. So tomorrow night, 9 p.m., and then we'll be back on our regular schedule Friday night, 9.
Nice. Yeah, family time. Yeah, that's one thing about streaming is make sure that you make the time to do it, because this can take up all of your time. So family time is always nice. But anyways, on that note, I will bid you adieu and appreciate you again. And I'll be seeing you around your streams. And now that I have a little bit more extra time to come in and pop in on streams. So, but again, thank you guys. Thank you for coming in, and we will see you guys soon. Out of here. Yeah, my scenes run so. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, just streamer 101, man. Just things just disappear or don't work right or work too slow. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for sticking out. Tonight was awesome. You guys are great. Like I said, make sure you go follow TheRavenArmed. The link's just right above you there. If not, you can hit exclamation point in chat at any time, and it will give you the link. And the next episode will be Thursday night. We have our friend Rose Raider on. She's been a Twitch streamer, Mixer streamer. She worked for Glimish a little bit, so maybe we can get some insight on that. Anyways, we will talk to you guys later, and I appreciate everything. Make sure you hit that follow, click on that bell, and that way you know when we go live. All of our socials are the exact same, Doghouse Live. Thank you guys for all the follows. I appreciate it. You brought us over 100 tonight. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, because that's one thing. This channel will never be affiliated or never be partnered with Twitch, just for the fact because I want everybody to be able to use the content from here for anything that they want at any time. So this is just a plain Jane channel, and we appreciate everybody. Man, another follow. You guys are great. Sorry, it's got the Fireball. We have an episode called Fireball Friday Night on Friday nights, and that's the alert. I haven't got a new alert for just the regular one, so. Sorry, it says 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for all the love and support for your pal Raven and for the channel. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys come back and see us anytime you want. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just watch for Twitter. All that other good stuff. But we'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night.